so much evil out there, and you know, the way that everybody is getting their source of information, and part of it being complete and total BS, you know, and misguiding and misleading people. It's harder and harder all the time for us to remain united, you know, and getting back to our roots and remembering what it's all about. And, you know, listening to Steve King speak at the Operation Engage America event a couple weeks ago, it was, you know, it was moving. And I looked around at a community that was uniting and being together and doing things for the right reason. And I swelled up with pride, and I said it the first thing when I got on the microphone, because I just had to say it as loud as I could. Never been more proud to be an Iowan than I was that day. And, you know, I travel with my son throughout the summer. I take him with me. He's 7 years old, and he loves music and sports and you know, visiting and traveling. It's his favorite thing, too. He had one of the best days of his life that day, and I, you know, among all the things that I was taking in, watching him run around with all them kids that he'd never met, making best friends, that he made a couple friends that I guarantee he'll stay in touch with forever, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, we need more of that. We need more of that. Just step back in time and get to know your community. Put down the phones and the computers and be together and be there for each other and be sensitive to each other's needs. And it becomes hard. We're being desensitized every day with this world that we're living in. It's kind of mind-boggling when you think about it. Mm-hmm. It really is. But it all comes back to, we have to have pride, and we have to have heart, and we have to be united. We have to remain united in spite of all of it.
Well, and that's something that I preach on the show all the time is, you know, we're not always going to agree. You know, your opinions may vary completely different from mine, especially you get into politics and who knows what else.
Sure.
But that's kind of what makes us great, is the fact that, you know, we can completely disagree, but we can sit there and talk about it, and, you know, at the end of the day, maybe we'll crack a cold beer and just BS, you know, and getting back to that brotherhood and that feeling between people is I think what we desperately need, you know?
Absolutely.
And, you know, it makes me proud, though, that, you know, you mentioned that you take your son out there and you know, one, you're exposing him to this, and obviously, you know, for a kid, I mean, this has got to be the coolest thing ever. But it really sounds like you're exposing your kid to the right kind of people, you know, and just let him go and like you said, make those friends and have those experiences. And I try to stress for folks, you know, that this change, it starts at home. And, you know, we got to raise our kids up right, you know, the way we were raised, and, you know, and get everything, you know, out there, I guess, and kind of change that mindset of society. I don't know. Is that too dramatic? Maybe, I don't know. No,
it couldn't be more true, really. I mean, it all starts at home, and, you know, beliefs on how to raise a child, and you know, it's scary. It's scary what they are exposed to. Even my son being 7, the things that I'm having to protect him from, yet you still want to, you know, you don't want to shelter. And it all comes back to that expression. It's my favorite. You know, I mean, 7 years ago, I would have thought, man, I don't think that I should be allowed to be a dad. You know, I'm not ready for this.
Right.
But, you know, the first second I got to the chance to meet the kid, that's all I've cared about. And it comes back to that expression, it takes a village to raise a child. And it really does. You know, I mean, there's only so much a father can give to a child. There's only so much a mother can do for a child. It's the people that you put around the child, you know, that make them who they are and are there for them when they're going to make bad decisions and they're going to fall and get hurt. And the community that you build around them is everything. And I got to tell you, this is the coolest thing I think I've seen in a long time. But we were at that over in Odie Boat at the Operation Engage America event, and we got done playing the last song, and, you know, we were taking pictures with folks and signing CDs and things like that. And this gal come walking up, and she had my son Blaine and another young man, one under each arm, walking up to me, and they're both sobbing, I mean, like bawling and tears running down their eyes. And I thought, oh no, they've gotten hurt. They fell off a barn, or just,
Right.
something bad has happened. I'm like, what's going on here? And she said, well, apparently the boys have made really good friends today, because I said it was time for us to go, and they're both really upset about having to say goodbye to one another. And that's what they were crying about, and so of course we got each other's contact, and they've been FaceTiming each other. And when we get back there again in July in Iowa, they have plans to hang out again, and that just warms my heart. And we need more of that stuff. We need more of that as our weekend activity, instead of everybody, staring at computer screens all the damn time.
Yeah, get out, and this applies to adults too. I'm sorry, it's we all got to get out there and play in the freaking dirt, and just have some fun. I mean, I think we're so desperate for that.
Truly,
fantastic.
Yep. Couldn't agree more.
I'm looking at your website here, and obviously you've got a ton of stuff going on. Your music's available on iTunes and CD Baby and all kinds of places here. But I got to ask, how do you go about getting your own fragrance? Because I see you have your own signature fragrance here, and that one. How do you make that happen?
I was blessed. I stumbled into that one, I think. But once again, traveling and making friends and relationships, and I have an event series called Nashville Songwriters in the Round on the Road that every now and then, when it fits into the schedule, I'll take 2 or 3 other songwriters from here in Nashville with me, and they've all written big hit songs and everything, and I'll book a few shows out there, and theaters or listening room event centers, places like that, and then we just sit up there and do the typical Nashville songwriters round and share it with the audience. And there's lots of storytelling and laughter, and it's very candid, but you get to hear the stories about the songs and things like that. So the first time I met them, I believe I was out there on one of those, and we were playing shows, and I made friends with these folks, wonderful folks, and they've since become friends of mine. And that's what they do, is they're branding. They make, they have clones, and they brand them, and they, worked with several different entities and Orange County choppers and things like that. And after I got to know them a little bit, they had approached me and said they had 2 lines of cologne out, Nashville and Nashville Blue. And they said that they were interested in doing one with a country music artist, and wanted to know if I was interested. And I was just totally ecstatic about the idea. And we got right after it. They gave me several different fragrances to smell, and pick and choose. I found one that I just fell in love with, and then we branded it, put my name on it. It's called DB Nashville, and we went out to Las Vegas for the ACM Awards April 1st and did a big launch, and it's been pretty cool. I never would have thought I would be doing it, but usually when somebody's referred to my smell, it wasn't a good statement. It was like, man, you need to take a shower, brother. You've been working hard.
That is fantastic. Oh man, well, I'm blown away, dude, and what I get from you, I'm pretty good at reading people. It's something I pride myself on, and you just come across as totally real, totally legit, and it's just so comfortable. And I think that's why your music speaks to people, so much. It's very impressive, and to have that connection and to find somebody, again, in this day and age that is just real and just lays it out there, and you're doing your thing and you're proud of it, man. It's inspiring. It really is.
Man, that's quite a compliment, Johnny. Thank you so much, man. That's quite a compliment.
And I do got to say, you're rocking a decent little beard here. I mean, it's not quite as epic as mine. They don't call me the best beard in radio for nothing, but
yeah, I heard that, man. I'm like, I gotta compare beards with this guy.
That's right. Oh man, this is phenomenal stuff, brother. And I do want to play, another one of your songs. I'd love to play "By God" if that's all right. And then we'll come back and wrap things up. How's that sound?
That sounds great. That sounds wonderful.
All right, fantastic. You want to introduce the song real quick?
Yeah, this is, you'll be hearing my friend Andy Brasher, one of the greatest voices I've heard and got to work with. A song I wrote with him. I was on my way with my son from Nashville to Colorado, and we were somewhere midpoint, I believe, like O'Fallon, Illinois. The sun was going down, giant flag waving off to the left. He was in the back seat working on reciting the Pledge of Allegiance, and the first line of the song came to me, and when I got landed, I called Andy. We finished the song up, and I'm very proud of this song, and thank you for playing By God today.
Absolutely. Here we go. This is By God.
By God, I'll pledge allegiance any damn where I want to. And you better believe my son will too. As for this war, who can say for sure who's really right or wrong? But I'm feeling alright about being over on the side I'm on. By God. And if you're looking for a fight, by God, you found one. We can go hand to hand, oh brother, we can bring the big guns. I ain't afraid to die for what I believe in. I may go down swinging, but I'll still be standing by God. So I guess I'll keep this old cross here around my neck, next to Granddaddy's dog tags, like a shield to my chest. And I'll live and let you live, and brother, you can do the same for me. And when my time comes, no matter where I am, I know where I'll be. By God. But if you still want to fight, by God, you found one. Yeah, we can do it hand to hand. Oh, brother, we can bring the big guns. I ain't afraid to die for what I believe in. I may go down swinging, but I'll still be standing by God. I know my middle and I know his strength, and by God, I'll take on anything. You won't shut me up, test my faith, 'cause I know God still has a place around here. But if you still want to fight, well, by God, you found one. We can do it hand to hand. Oh, brother, we can bring the big guns. I ain't afraid to die for what I believe in. I may go down swinging, but I'll still be standing right by God. I may go down swinging, but I'll still be standing by God. By God, I'll pledge allegiance any damn where I want to. And you better believe my son will too.
All right, folks, we are back. That song is just that's America to me. Especially the line, we may go down swinging. That to me is just that's that face first. That kind of American swagger. I think is that kind of what we're talking about there.
Oh yeah, definitely faith and strength and pride. I mean, trying to wrap it all up, and it's funny because that statement by God it's kind of an old, my grandfather and my uncles and everything. By God, I'll tell you another thing. It's a very emphatic, prideful, emphasis that the way that it is used in our language,